So today is an amazing day for, all the reasons. I mean, it's a day, so therefore amazing. But, specifically, I am showing you a pour that I have historically hated. And no, it's not a pull through. Those are still stupid. But I don't ever do right, which is why I hate it, really, probably, most likely. But the other reason it's very cool is because my merch from the Nerdy Birds came in and I'm wearing it. And that's very cool. So the Nerdy Birds are actually an Australian streaming couple. Well, he's Australian, she's German, and I am a moderator for them on the Twitch things, and I love them. Like they are some of my most favorite people on the whole entire planet, and I was part of their they hit 1K followers celebration thing wherein they did like a 5-day long no breaks event. It was a lot, and I was able to order the shirt during said event and only during said event. And so my merch came in all the way from Australia, and that's super cool. And the thing that I like the most about this, like the shirt itself, is around the lettering, the outline, it's their emotes that they use on the Twitch thing. And so it's so cute. And you guys see the back too. Yeah, so I'm repping the Nerdy Birds today, and I love to see it for me. And if you are into really, really nice people with really exceptional quality streams and all of the fun, pew pew games, because they play a lot of Valorant, you should go check them out on Twitch, and I'll drop it below. But that's not what we're making today. I probably should actually be making a soap for them at this point, but we're not doing that today. I will tell you what we are doing in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 324 of 365 days of soap, and today we are doing a pour that I historically don't like doing because I don't have patience, but I'm doing it the right way today, and that pour is called straight layers. Layered soaps, but straight and all even and all the things. And I'm going to do it right. Like I'm actually going to weigh out all of the soap into their different measurements and everything. So each layer is precise, and take the stick to it's all thing. We're doing that thing. And I have to talk about it while I do that thing. So let's go to the video so I can, do that there. Okay, so today is the day where I'm making the Pride Bar because I didn't show you that guy in June, which super sucks. But, we're going to do it today, and I'm going to do it right with the proper way to do, layered soaps. And that proper way is called weighing each section out precisely and taking a stir stick to each section and pouring it and then continuing on your merry way. Now, how do you do that? Well, you maths. Like I have, for example, in this batch, 38 ounces of oils, and I have 12.54 ounces of water and 5.46 ounces of lye, bringing that entire total to 56 ounces, right? And I have 6 layers, and so I then take that 56 divided by 6, and it gets me 9.33 ounces per layer. Plus this, because I put in 2 ounces of water with kaolin. Kaolin in water, 2 ounces total. Lots of kaolin. Yes. And so in order to do this, I actually reserved a portion of the batter in order to, put my colorants into, disperse my micas. And also I am very precisely weighing out the amount of fragrance I'm going to use in each section as well. And then I'm doing the stir sticky thing and actually taking the stick back to the soap, which I hate doing. For me, it's like I want to go ahead and just get that stick dirty the one time and not continue on with this. But I'm doing it. And it takes a lot longer this way, which is the reason why I don't like it, if I'm being honest. It takes a lot longer. But it does have a better finished product when it's all said and done. Now, you're also working with thicker soap batter for each layer, which for me is not a fun thing. I don't particularly like working with thick soap batter because you run the risk of having, bubbles and air pockets and whatnot in the, soap itself once you cut it. But the benefit of working with thick soap batter is obviously for a pour like this, the bottom layer is going to be firm enough to actually hold the soap that's going on top of it. But 2, if you're really frustrated and you need to take out your aggressions on something, you can totally just do it on your soap, because you're going to have to take that mold and bang it on the counter over and over and over again to get as many air bubbles as you possibly can out of the soap itself. Now, I also mixed the soap, like the whole, bulk of it, of the soap batter, a lot longer than I normally do. I, as you know, if you have watched many of my videos, know that I love to soap at emulsion. So just when the solution is actually becoming stable and the fatty acids and the sodium hydroxide and the H2O are all mixing together and everything is being sort of supported, pulled apart, that whole crystallization thing, you're building your crystalline structure right when you start the zoomy zooms with the soap batter and your stick. Right, I like to stop at emulsion. And if you go thicker and you go into, your trace modes, your thin trace, your medium trace, you get it. You end up with thicker soap batter for the entirety of the pour. And I usually don't like that. But that said, I primarily do swirls or, like a 2-color bar. So I don't really ever have a use for thicker soap batter. But for this one, I did have a use. And not only did I thicken up the bulk of the soap batter, I went ahead and took the stick to every single layer in a 6-layer bar. For the pride bar, it's the pride flag. You guys, it's awesome. I love the pour. I love the pride flag. All the things. Love is love. I love it. I just don't like making it the right way. But, since I got a ton of orders on the website about this one specifically for custom loaves, because we do that over there, I had to make them, and I wanted to make them right because, reasons. I'm working with a new mic today, and I think I hate it. And by think, I really hate it. Mr. Soap and Clay brought this mic out because I was having issues with doing live soap making, because I moved from one side of the mic to the other, and when I'm closer to the mic during all of that, the gain is real bad and it gets hard to fix in editing. And so he brought one out for me to test that he thinks is much, much better than the Yetis. And I have the gain turned up just to do this part right here to 30, and I'm not even moving the little green bar on my record. So I don't know quite how I feel about this mic. I don't think I like it. I guess today is just the day where I'm just going to grouse over all of the things. And, I would say that, sorry, you don't care about the mic thing, but actually a ton of people do care about the mic and what is being used and the, lighting and the cameras and the action, all the things. And so for those people who do care, what am I on right now? I'm using it's off-brand. It doesn't have a name on it, so don't get this one. whatever this one may be. But, you know, I'm going to test it out and it's going to be fun. And it's okay if the audio is a little bit weird. Bet it still picked that up. Bet it still picked up that. Yep, my alarms are going off. It's okay if the audio is a little bit weird, because that is the life of a content creator. We're never, ever, ever happy with our audio. But look, I managed to talk about my microphone long enough to get through 1.5 more layers of this 6-layer soap and the thick batter and just things that in general make me feel, I don't know, anxious. I really do get anxious with thick soap batter, and I don't know why, because there is, I suppose, in the soap making, you know, world, a fear of thick soap batter because you have to get everything in the mold as quickly as possible. Once it gets thick, it might be a ruined soap, and it's not a ruined soap. It's still soap when it's all said and done, and so it's fine, but I still have that, I don't know, it kicks me into a different sort of panic mode when my soap batter gets too thick. And I know, fellow soap makers out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You get that thick soap batter and you start wondering, did it seize? Is it ricing? Did it accelerate? What happened? Is the batter going to be okay? Is the soap going to be awful? Is it going to ooze lye from every possible, you know, little air pocket that you're going to find? The answer to the lye oozing is no. No, you mixed it nicely there. If you have a real thick soap batter, that means that the lye is definitely not oozing out of anything. That's a stable solution. But we still do that. Our brains still go there, and we get unnecessarily freaked out. And maybe I just need to do more of these. Actually, because I got so many of these orders once the website went live for the Pride Bar, I think I'm going to actually try to do all of them the proper way. So this way, for every single custom order that I'm doing. And then maybe that anxiety of thick soap batter will be reduced, because sometimes thick soap batter is good, like in the case of layers. But this is still a tedious process. This is just something that I have never really found a whole lot of joy in soap making, and I tell you guys all the time, do the things that bring you joy, and if they don't bring you joy, don't do them. And so my way of doing layers is, you know, it brings me a lot of joy. They're never straight layers and they're never super precise, but it does bring me joy, because I can be in and out of a soap pour like this in, you know, under 10 minutes. I cut so much out of this video with the mixy mix of all the layers and the weighting and all the things for you guys, but in actuality, this pour, just for these 12 bars, took like 45 minutes. That was the total amount that was recorded. Like, that's a lot. If I can get this done in 15 minutes or less the other way, why not do it that way? Okay, and on to the cut. Let's see how I did with this, you know, 6-layer whatever. And as you can see, there's lots of air pockets, and on the sides, none of it's straight. So none of that suggests that I actually did a good job with this, doing it the right way. So yeah. Now this did get C-popped and gelled because we're working with really bright colors, and obviously I don't want my purples to go too terribly light, because I am notoriously bad at purples. And you know what? That's not terrible. The first bar, so on the edge, it's, you know, expected to be not perfectly straight. But in all actuality, the amount of soap batter from one to the other is equal. That's all good. And the layers themselves, they're straightish. I still maintain, I did a video in year 1 about, you know, cheating at layered soaps. I still maintain that the best way to do it is to do it with melt and pour, because it's way easier and you get absolutely crisp, clean, perfect lines every time. And I obviously did not with this, even doing it, you know, the right way, because probably I still, you know, didn't do it the right way. That's okay. It's all beautiful. And the scent of this bar has always been amazing. It's a delightful citrus blend with a little bit of a floral note as well. It's a very cool custom scent that I made for the Pride bars when I first started doing them. And I super love them. And I love this. And the thing about a Pride bar, even though the lines aren't perfectly straight, again, they're straight adjacent. It's looks like a flag in some of the places that aren't perfectly straight. And that's good, right? We can get behind that. I think that works. And I love it. I love the rainbow. It's a beautiful bar of soap. I don't think I'm actually going to do the thing that I said I was going to do earlier, though, and do the rest of these soaps like the right way. I think I'm just going to do it my old way. And if you're interested in knowing what my old way is, I've done the Pride Bar before on the channel, and you can see that one. It's way faster. That's day 324. And there it is, the Pride Bar with straight lines. And I am capable of doing things the right way. Like, there's the proof. There it is. I just don't like to, really. And so, because it takes longer, and that's less fun for me. But there it is. It's very cool. It was one of many, many orders that went out this week and last and whatever of custom loaves, because you can do that on the website thing, which is now back up. And I'm realizing I never made a proper announcement about that here. Anyway, website's back up, soapandclay.com. If you're interested in getting a whole batch of soap for an awesome discounted price, you know, go there and pick what one you want and order it, and I'll make it, and the transaction will be complete. Yes. If you're interested in seeing what I do starting tomorrow, I think we're going to be starting a big playlist series of some back to basics stuff, really diving in to things that brand new soap makers may need, and there's a good reason for that, which I will discuss, you know, tomorrow. But anyway, if you're interested in that, subscribe. That would be cool. Yes. For those of you who have subscribed, hey Sudsers, you're cool. Thank you for existing and for subscribing and for being amazing. I appreciate you guys every day. Today too. But I'm out of here. So I will see all of you guys again tomorrow for another round of soapy fun. Bye.